Welcome to Ligonier Campcast. From deep within Western Pennsylvania's Laurel Highlands, it's the closest thing to an official monthly podcast of Ligonier Camping Conference Center.
Hello, and welcome to another riveting episode of Ligonier Campcast. We are glad that you have decided to join us. I, as always, am your faithful host, Tim Habecker. Welcome. A couple things to tell you before we get started. LigonierCamp.org is your one-stop shop for all things Ligonier Camp. You can apply to work at Ligonier Camp there. You can register to come to camp at LigonierCamp.org. Or you could just look at pictures of camp at LigonierCamp.org. And also you can find this podcast there. There's links to it. I don't know how you got to us today. Maybe it was through the website. Maybe it was Spotify. Maybe because now all of our video podcasts are on YouTube. So maybe you went to our YouTube channel, Ligonier Camp's YouTube channel, and found us there. If you want to check that out, just go to YouTube, search Ligonier Camp, and up it comes. It's like magic. And before we get started, I just want to put a shout out there. And my guest, Max and Sophie, I'm going to introduce them formally here in a second, but they'll appreciate this. So I was at Cairn University like a week and a half ago in Philadelphia. And I met a guy there named Keith Plummer, and Keith is the dean of the School of Divinity at Cairn University. And I was in his office, and I noticed he had like a big fancy podcast mic, and I was like, "Oh, Keith, you podcast?" And he's like, Keith has like a James Earl Jones, if you know who that was, type voice. He's like, yes, I do. And I was like, cool. I was like, I podcast too. And I immediately regretted that I said that I podcast as well, because Keith had a setup. And Keith and I looked at Keith's podcast. So if you want to check out Keith Plummer's podcast, it's called Defragmenting. It's a defragmenting podcast put on by Cairn University. It's promoting biblical integrity and thoughtful Christianity. I was like, Keith, he's like, tell me about your podcast. I'm like, well, Keith, we talk about camp. He's like, I might give it a listen. I was like, ooh, okay, all right. But Max, Keith did say that I have a podcast voice. I thought that was very complimentary. And I also have a sore throat, so it might be even more podcasts today. Max, say hello to everyone.
What's up? I'm very excited. I've been waiting.
You're antsy. I can tell. Max Adler, CIT Director from 2025 summer. And then also with us is Sophie Wishard, his partner in CIT Directing. Hello, Sophie. Sophie is also excited, Max, but just in a different sort of way, I think.
Definitely excited.
Sophie, can you tell us where you are, Sophie? Because it looks like you're sitting in are you in jail right now?
No, I'm actually in the library on my college campus. You don't see me here often, but it was today to be the day.
We don't see you there ever, really.
Nobody else does.
Yeah.
I have never set foot at the Liberty Library since I've been enrolled here. By the way, I go to Liberty University, so just in case anyone was curious.
LU, do the little thing you do. Hey, good, and you got it so that it's
is
You
right.
did it. You ruined it. I was about to be impressed that you had it right, and then you messed it up.
Fan the flames.
All right, so Max, you start. Tell us a little bit about yourself. What do we need to know to get to know the real Max Adler?
Well, I'm a senior here at Liberty University. I'm sitting youth ministry, so about to enter into the trenches of ministry. I don't know where yet. Still waiting and trusting the Lord in that. But I'll be somewhere doing ministry. It'll be fun. I've been told that I have the best Tim Habecker impression at Ligonier Camping Conference Center. So I've got that going for me. I promised I wouldn't do it on the podcast, so you'll just have to come work this summer and see it for yourself. I also hold the record for the fastest Kaibo clean at Ligonier Camping Conference Center.
And the Kaibo, for the uninitiated, is
keep your bowels open. The bathroom. It's the bathroom. But yeah, I clean the bathroom faster than anybody. I had the help of 5 other CITs, so it wasn't just me. But I'm pretty proud of that. I think that was one of my greatest achievements at Ligonier Camping Conference.
And you are a lifeguard who just came from work today. Was work lifeguarding?
Yeah. I mean, everyone swam well. It's like I didn't have to. I just sat there and watched people swim. But
no rescues today.
I could have saved them.
Yeah. Had they needed rescuing, Max could have done it. So, all right, cool. Well, thank you, Max. Sophie, your turn. What about you?
Yeah, so I'm a senior also at Taylor University in the middle of nowhere, Indiana. If you like corn, come to Indiana. I'm studying communication and psychology. I hope to go to grad school after. Don't know exactly when. Stay tuned. What else do you want to know? Want to know my favorite color?
Yes, absolutely.
My favorite color is yellow, actually, and green.
Really?
Yeah.
What's your third favorite soup?
It changes every time you ask me this question, Max. Right now, probably tomato soup. Is that lame? I don't know.
Yeah, that's pretty lame. You know, I had some lasagna soup today. I never heard of lasagna soup, but it was pretty good, I have to say. So don't knock it till you try it. Sophie, we were talking about this before we went on. Okay, you go to Taylor. What's good? What is? You said Taylor's in the middle of nowhere. What is the town that Taylor's in?
Indiana, right next to Gas City.
Gas City?
Yeah.
Like, is that actually the name of a town?
It is.
That's really unfortunate. Tell us a little bit. It's Friday night on campus at Taylor University. What's going on?
That's a great question. Friday night, usually if you want to do anything off campus, you're driving pretty far. Typically for me and the girls that live in my house, we go to Target.
Nice.
You can make a whole evening out of it. You go to Target, Old Navy, Chipotle. And
Sounds pretty exciting.
A 40-hour trip.
Sounds like Upland is a happening place. I guess the nearest big city is Chicago. I
mean, we have Indy, but
oh yeah, Indianapolis. That would count. Indianapolis would count. But here's the thing: like I said, we were talking about this before we went on. Taylor University, whether you good folks listening at home, realize it or not, I think has one of the coolest traditions in college sports. It is known as the Silent Night basketball game. Sophie, can you explain the Silent Night basketball game at Taylor University?
Yeah, so it's the big thing that everyone knows. Usually the only thing, that and Ivanhoe's ice cream shop like 2 seconds away.
Okay.
That's about it. But basically it's a massive basketball game the Friday before finals, so right before the semester ends, and everyone dresses up crazy. Some very interesting outfits I've seen. People camp out outside in the dead of winter in Indiana the week before in tents. They sign up with their floor, whoever they're doing it with, and They take shifts sleeping outside, in the trenches, really in the freezing cold. And then they let us in, and we rush into the gym, and everyone protects their space by laying down. And you may think that's a great idea, but last year we did that, and I was brutally kicked to the side. Taylor kids
Wow.
them. They're super sweet until that night comes along.
I didn't know the Silent Night tradition was so violent, but okay, continue.
Anyway, so yeah, once the game starts, completely silent. No one talks. My freshman year, I remember saying something to my roommate, and all the upperclassmen turned and just glared at me. And I was like, from now on, I will never be speaking on this night. Anyways, so once Taylor scores the 10th point, everyone rushes the court, everyone screams. You can start talking, screaming. Then we mosh in the middle for about 5 to 10 minutes. Then we go back up and we enjoy the rest of the game. We can talk, cheer. And then at the end of the game, in the last couple minutes, we sing Silent Night, and then we go. And usually there's something to do afterwards, but
Probably go to Target or something.
honestly, yes.
Yeah, right. Uh, so is the visiting team in on the gig? Like they know and are prepared for what's about to happen to them?
They know it's kind of awkward because it would be really embarrassing if we didn't get to the 10th point first. So usually we
Oh yeah.
against somebody who isn't as, I mean, we're decent for a basketball team, but we're just not the best. So
So
usually,
it's just the 10th point of the game. It's not Taylor's 10th point. It's the 10th point
no,
of the game.
it's Taylor's 10th point. So
Okay.
we usually schedule it with a team that we know that, okay, like we should be able to get to the 10th point first.
Right.
And
Just
they
to
know
make sure
what's
that it's
going on.
not halfway through the second half before you get to 10.
Exactly. And they know what's
Yeah.
going on. I mean, like, we prep them. But it's funny, if you watch the videos back on Instagram, whatever, ESPN, and you zoom in, you can see all of the players trying to get out before the crowd
Oh
hits
yeah.
them. It's actually a rule that the players can't stay on the court.
Yeah, I was gonna say it. If you want to check it out, there's certain ESPN did a feature on the Silent Night game at Taylor. It's pretty cool. And you know, it does appear to be a little bit crazy. But hey, it's all in fun. So Max, are there any like fun traditions like that at Liberty? Any random Christmas traditions at Liberty, or do you all just sort of go home and read your Bibles at night? Right. Don't go to
So
Target.
we have Walmart. We
Okay,
can't go to
great.
Target.
Yeah, you're in the South.
Yeah.
So Walmart leads the yeah.
Yeah. I was trying to think. We don't really have anything as cool as Silent Night. That sounds awesome. One of the things. So we have this big Christmas tree that we put in the center of campus, and we have this
Mhm.
big event. It's the like lighting. I think we have a nativity petting zoo with like animals and
Oh.
stuff. I wouldn't know. I've never been. I'm very lame when it comes to student activities. But sometimes, people will sneak out of their dorms and sleep under the Christmas tree. I have not done it yet. So
Which the funny thing about that is that they have to sneak out of their dorms.
yes, yep,
That tells you a little something about Liberty.
yeah. But yeah, and then
It's all right,
people
though.
will just sleep under the Christmas tree in the middle of campus.
Cool.
Um,
All right. I mean, why not?
Yeah.
So,
We also have coffee house. So I think tryouts are today actually. You can do like either make a video like a skit or do like a performance like with instruments.
there you go.
And then it's every semester. So but typically the fall semester is a Christmas themed one.
Have you ever thought about joining the live nativity thing and just letting people like pet your beard?
No. You're actually the only person
that
that
just me?
Yeah, it's just you. Not a lot of
Wow.
people come up to me and stroke my beard.
Well, I feel honored. I feel like we have that kind of relationship, which
Yeah.
actually, you know, Sophie, you came to camp as a camper for a number of years, right? Before you, yeah, and then you were a CIT eventually. I remember that.
As a camp
Um,
CIT
how many years did you come to camp as a camper?
3.
Um, and then how many years were you CIT?
3?
Really? Okay. So, and we should define CIT means or stands for
Counselor training.
counselor in training, of which you were one, and then you're all grown up, and you are now were the CIT directors. So, Max, on the other hand, you never actually came to Ligonier as a camper, but as I recall, there was a conversation one evening at a Chick-fil-A off of I-95 in Fredericksburg, Virginia one night. Do you remember that conversation?
I do. I also
Yeah.
remember the one across the street at the Starbucks in 2023, which also was
Yep.
you getting me
Yeah.
back to camp.
Oh, you just gave it away. So yeah, we talked, but you got so how do we know each other?
Yeah. So I did swim team with your kids for the Spotswood Sea Serpents. And I remember one day I'm sitting at
Yeah,
the
spots with sea
picnic table.
serpents.
Oh yeah. I was sitting at the picnic table. My mom and your wife are sitting at another picnic table, and all I hear is, "And we need boys." And I look over, and Mrs. Habecker is staring into my soul.
She
And-
does that. She does that to me too.
And so I was like, okay, so there's this camp in Pennsylvania that has high school staff. I was like, cool, like why not? So we had the Chick-fil-A meeting. You came back into town, and was just kind of talking about what camp entails, and I was like, okay, that sounds fun. I was like, I think that I want to interview, and I remember asking you when that interview would be because I'm interested, and you said, oh, you've already had it. So I was like, great.
It's happening right now. Right.
Yeah. So I was a CIT for 2 years, in the middle of COVID, which is a story in and of itself. But then after my second year, there were a lot of things going on in my life, and I was like, all right, I'm never going back to camp. Which, if there's anything that I've learned from camp, it's that when you make a definitive statement to the Lord, at least in my life, he takes that as a challenge and then proceeds to make that thing happen.
I don't think it's much of a challenge for him. I think he just takes delight in making it happen.
Yeah, exactly.
I think he wants you to say definitive statements so that he can just prove you to not be definitive.
Yeah.
So,
because I'm not in control. That's not the way things work.
You're completely out of control. So the one of the fun parts of the story, and Sophie, I don't know if you ever heard this or not, but like Max shows up this May and he's like, "Yeah, I'll be a lifeguard. I'm going to do lifeguard training because we're like lifeguard. We need lifeguards. It's a great way to, as Max demonstrates, now he's got a part-time job lifeguarding on campus. And so I'm like, this will be interesting. And we all kind of huddle around the pool, and first thing everybody does is gets in and does their swim test. They have to swim like a 500 or something and Mike and Pat, the other guys are, we're all huddled up and we're kind of watching, like, is everybody going to be able to do this? And Mike is like, Max, can Max swim? And I like totally forgot everything that I knew about Max and like how we met and all that down in Fredericksburg and all this stuff. I'm like, I don't know. Max dives in and Max has like Olympic swimmer form. Like he's just like cutting through the pool. He's like lapping people. It's no problem. I mean, you can't really tell from this video, but Max you're a big dude, Max. Like, and Mike and Pat are like, holy cow, he's like awesome. And I'm like, oh yeah, he did do swim team with my kids. Yeah, right, right. I forgot about that. So, Hey Sophie, you told us what a CIT is, counselor in training. Can you give me a definition though? Like, what is a CIT? What is a counselor in training? What are they?
Like, what do they
What?
do?
Sure, we can start there. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, so CITs are high schoolers. Usually 16 is when they can start being a CIT. And they spend half of their summer, so well, I guess half of camp summer, so 5 weeks ish, at camp. And I kind of describe them as like the behind the scenes of how camp runs. Um, they clean around camp. They set up activities for campers. They spend half their day on work crew, so that's basically hanging out with Max and I and the other CITs, just doing jobs around camp property. So if you're interested in filling up 5,000 balloons one morning, you should come on down. But then they spend half their day also with campers. So they're assigned to a cabin of kids with a counselor, and they spend just the rest of the afternoon or their morning helping out with kids and sharing the gospel and being kind of the fun sibling in the group. Um, so that's
And that is something that happens, that whole 5,000 balloons. You're speaking of water balloons
yes,
specifically.
water balloons.
So various odd jobs and so on like that. Um, Max, imagine that I am in high school. That'll be hard to do. It's been a while. But why would I want to be, let's say that I'm not that into filling 5,000 water balloons, but why would I want to be a CIT?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing, and I think the thing that really drew me to being a CIT, is the community. I think that the CITs have a very unique, like with counselors, like for the week you're with your kids and you're with the co-counselor, and that's kind of it. Like you were with them for a week, and then you'll get a new counselor the next week. But with the CITs, like we do the jobs together. We're cleaning bathrooms together. We're doing dishes together, which doesn't sound fun, but when you're with some of your closest friends, it's a blast. Like my favorite memories are in the Kaibo clean with the guys that I got to serve with, and the dishes crew, and the competitions that come out of doing dishes the fastest. Except red sauce night. Red sauce nights are awful. Um, but like that community and the time that you get to spend together. One of the things that not even Sophie and I really orchestrated, but they did on their own, was the testimony nights. That they would just go to one of the fires around camp and share testimonies with each other. And like that wasn't even something that we said you guys should do. Like, they did it on their own.
Yeah.
And they really take that initiative of like, first half and the second five are their people for the summer. And I
Right.
think that that's the most impactful part of this ministry.
Sophie, why did you want to be a CIT? Like what?
So many reasons. Not only do I just love camp, but I think kind of off what Max said, the community. Some of my very best friends to this day, who I believe will be my lifelong friends, are people that I met when I was 16. Um, that just there's just something that bonds you when you're working at summer camp and you're doing hard work, but you're doing it together and you're all there for the same mission. And so that was something that I just loved to do every single summer. I mean, also camp kind of formed my faith and kind of made it my own. And definitely those years of being a CIT and being with other people your age who love Jesus and want to know more about Jesus is why I kept going back. Um, and yeah, I mean, the friends are definitely the best part, I would say.
Yeah. And you both mentioned this, and it is weird because, at least among the guys, I don't know if this is true for the girls, but among the guys, like cleaning the kaibo, so cleaning the bathhouse with all of its toilets and all of its showers and all the other gross stuff that could be associated with that, is like
The best part.
everybody's favorite part of the day. It's
Yeah, it
so
is.
weird. Which I did not understand. I still don't understand it, but I did it one day myself. Like I joined the CITs, not last year, but I did once, and I was like, okay, like I get it. Like we have a common mission, and we're all trying to avoid any communicable diseases and cleaning the bathroom. And so, yes, we're on a mission, and this is fun. What's the best part? Like, you guys have had kind of all angles now, but what's the best part of being? Obviously, Max, I didn't really explain this. I think it's apparent. Max, you were the guy's CIT director, and Sophie, you were the gal's CIT director, but you still work together on most everything. What was the best part? Either one of you, what was the best part of directing CITs like you did?
I mean, I think many things. When I think back on my time as a CIT and how formative those years were for me, not only in my faith, but also just in my friendships, like I said, and just finding out like what it means to live in a Christian community. That was something that shaped who I was, and I'm passionate about giving that experience back. And so I think showing up as CIT director, I got to be like, these are things that when I was a CIT meant a lot to me, and I want the high schoolers who are here now to experience that. And I think that was the best thing of just stepping back and being like, wow, like Max and I were doing this and we're giving them this similar experience, and it was an experience that I loved. And so why shouldn't I give that back and let that be something that they enjoy and can thrive from?
Yeah, Max, what was your what would you say?
I think that's the same for me. It was really cool, like the way that the Lord worked things out, where the CITs who were coming in to be under me, a lot of them had been my campers when I was a counselor. So like it was really cool to get to continue that, and then not just have them for a week, but then have them for 3 or 4 weeks, and just having that deeper relationship. I think one of the things that we talk about here at Liberty is how much consistency plays into youth ministry and being able to have that.
Yep.
and being able to not just for 1 week where it's kind of like all over the place, but you get a little bit more of a schedule. I got to have more than one-on-one with the CITs, and just got to pour into them in a little bit of a different way, in a deeper way than as a counselor.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Yeah, being a CIT it's interesting. Do you guys think I should ever allow a CIT to be a guest on this podcast? Is that something that should happen ever?
It's on who?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, let's not name any names. Let's not put any names out there. But yeah, it would have to be a carefully vetted process, right? But
I think it'd be fun. I think it'd be a good.
But it would give me great joy if I could have a CIT on the podcast before I ever put Joel Barkley on the podcast. Love you, Joel. Love you, man. Hope you're listening. You're the best. You're the best, Joel. But anyway,
I agree.
Yeah, we have kind of thrown you guys. I know you guys have heard about this. We've thrown our CITs for a little bit of a loop this year because this is a good little insert promo here kind of a thing. But we added a 7th session to camp in 2026 because the calendar is kind of weird. And if we hadn't added a 7th session, camp would have ended before August even started. And we thought, wait a minute, all the little Maxes out there will still be doing their swim leagues in Northern Virginia. And so we want the little Maxes, when they're done with swim season, to be able to still come to camp. So we added, but that sort of messed up a little bit the CIT thing, half and half. And also summer starts, some school districts are done by then, but some are not. And so it's like, how do you get CITs trained? So I just want to take this opportunity to calm all the teenage CITs out there or prospective CITs who are losing their minds about the calendar. Just apply. It's easy. You can do it through the website. Tell us where your availability is, And then once we figure out we're hiring on quality, we're not hiring on your schedule. So let's get you all in, in the crowd, so to speak, and then we'll figure out how we're going to train you. Was that good? Was that soothing?
Yeah.
You think that put people's nerves at ease?
I feel at ease.
Good. Sophie, you look much more comfortable than you did about 30 minutes ago when we started this thing.
Yeah, I'm just settling in.
Right, settling into your library room there. No one will ever know that you're actually under arrest right now for some undisclosed misdemeanor, but that's all right. Max, I have one question for you left, and it is: have you ever driven a lawn tractor while dressed as Uncle Sam? Excellent, and we have video to prove it. So I look forward to
singing the national anthem while doing it.
Yes, and people will not be able to see in the video, but you were being stalked by a very large cheese wagon.
Yeah. The driver of that thing.
I haven't done that once the whole podcast. What are you talking
Proud
about?
Proud of you. It's growth.
All right, good. Sophie, how's Tucker doing?
It's great. He's actually currently on a cruise.
Oh, really? He's doing awesome then.
Oh, he's living his best life. I think he's
He is. Does he ever ask about me? Is he ever like, hey, how's Tim doing?
Yeah, all the time.
I'll bet he does. I feel like Tucker and I, we established Tucker would be your, how do you describe him to people? Special friend?
My boyfriend.
Oh, yeah, that would be it. Okay, great.
No, he's great.
You were settling into this podcast until just now. Now you're back to nervous and uncomfortable, so that's awesome. Hey guys, thanks for doing this. I appreciate it. I think it helps give a little bit of a synopsis of what a counselor in training is, what a counselor in training does, why you'd want to be one. You guys, I should mention, wouldn't be on this podcast if we didn't think that you did a great job in the past year of mentoring those guys. And, Max, you're talking about going into youth ministry as a career. You certainly got a good taste of what that's like this summer. And Sophie, I didn't ask, what are your career aspirations, Sophie?
My counseling license, actually. So camp, it taught me.
Has counselors, yes. There's lots of that going on. So anyway, did anybody think of a dad joke while we were talking? The dad joke tradition, it's gotta continue on. Max, you got nothing? All right. Well, I had a joke about chemistry, but go ahead.
Oh.
What?
So what do you call a mountainside of sheep? Or what do you call? I butchered it. Anyway, what do you call a bunch of sheep rolling down a hill?
So did you butcher all these sheep, or did you just butcher the joke?
I butchered the joke.
Oh.
What do you call a bunch of sheep rolling down a hill?
A mutton slide.
No, a lamb slide.
Oh, lamb slide. I thought I was so close. Yeah, that was better than mine. Like I said, I'm not going to tell it now. It was a joke about chemistry, and I just didn't think it would get a reaction. So, yeah, awesome. So, all right, guys, thanks. Like I said, check us out, ligoniiercamp.org. Find us on YouTube, Spotify. Give us a follow. That would be awesome. We would appreciate it. Max, Sophie, thanks for joining us. It's been fun.
Of course.
Thanks for having us.
Ligonier Camping Conference Center exists to provide people with reflective and recreational opportunities that will build faith in Christ, self-esteem, and supportive relationships. To learn more about our summer camp programs, guest groups, events, and much more, please visit ligoniiercamp.org. Thanks for listening to the Ligonier Campcast.